So, hello everyone. I hope you all are fine. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the episode 2 of Jungkook FF Promise.
Гра-та-та-та-та, стреляй по папа, убегаешь от меня, смотришь мне в глаза. Гра-та-та-та-та.
Story starts after when Sana revealed herself as Jungkook's pregnant wife. Author's point of view. Jungkook looked at you with pleading eyes that was saying, "Please, Yeon, believe me, it's not like that. I swear, that's not mine." Before anyone could react, a punch landed on Jungkook's face, and he was on the floor with a cut on his lips. Namjoon growled, "You son of a bitch! I believed you. I thought you were sincere when you said you love my sister. I'm warning you, John freaking Jungkook, if you ever land an eye on my Yeon, I will kill you!" He yelled the last part and grabbed your hand and left. Taeyong was Jungkook's friend. That's why he didn't say anything. Jin rolled his eyes as he knew that Jungkook was not reliable for his sister. Lisa also cursed him and left with you. But Jenny and Jimin were standing there looking at Jungkook and knew that whatever is happening there, something is definitely wrong. But of course, they were unable to do anything until they know Jungkook's side story. They both look at each other and nod. With that, they left as well. Jungkook was still on the floor and Sana was consoling him. He glared at her, pushed her aside, and went towards his car. Sana said in mind, "Whatever I wanted to happen, it happened sooner than expected." She got up and brought her phone outside from her purse and called someone. Person at the side of the phone excitedly asked about the situation. Sana told that person everything that happened. Person on the phone says, "Well, good job, my friend. Now go to Jian Mansion and live there for some days. And don't worry, I will talk to Mrs. Jian about this, and I will give the money to your boyfriend." She cut the call before Sana could even respond. Sana shrugged her shoulders and told the store assistants to deliver her things to Jian Mansion and get their pay as well, and left. Jungkook reached the parking lot and called someone as he was walking near his car. As soon as the person picked up the call, he says, "What taking you so long? Where are the results?" The doctor replied, "Mr. June, you know it wasn't easy to take mother's sample for DNA in more than 25 weeks. We checked everything that baby is safe and sound, so please wait for some time. As soon as the results will be out, you would be the first one to know them." Hearing that, Jungkook cut the call in frustration. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yoon was hurt and feeling betrayed. She was cursing herself for leaving Jungkook and him as well to hurt her like this. He broke her in every possible way like she did to him. She was crying like there is no tomorrow. Namjoon was driving, Jin was on passenger seat, and Taeyong was on back seat with Yoon and Lisa. Namjoon was driving rashly that made Jin really annoyed. He says, "I told you to let me drive." Namjoon didn't even budge. That made Jin furious. He yelled this time, "God damn idiot, you will take the car anywhere and crash it in your rage. And no one from us will left alive. You need to be alive to hate or to be angry at anyone that stuck the freaking car, you papaya." Namjoon hit the steering wheel really hard and pulled the car over and comes out of the car and slams the door behind him. Taeyong and Jin sighs. You started crying again, then Jin looks at you and says, "Yoon, baby, I know I have known Jungkook like forever. I know what kind of person he is. I never liked him for you, that's for sure. And I know you are aware of it. But his eyes," he took a pause, "they never lie, Yoon. Never. You remember his pleading eyes? That was saying, 'That's not mine, I swear.' You wanted to believe him, but you were hurt this time. Like, really, really hurt." Taeyong finally broke his silence and says, you know Jungkook is also like my brother. And he is really important to me as well, but swear to God I'm not defending him or something. You have all the right to feel this way. You have all the right to be angry on him. You have all the rights this time, but always remember you need to listen his side story as well. to conclude your feelings or whatever you want to do in future. You nodded and thought when you hurt him, and what was your side of story which you never told him? You were strong, way too strong. You have faced every squall and gale that has come in your life in a way that someone else might not have been able to face it if they were in your place. But this time, that was something that was unable to digest, unable to process, and everything that comes after unable to, you were heartbroken, which was broken into at least that many pieces that it would take some time to join or to fix them again. Jin got out of the car, calmed Namjoon down, and come back in the car with him. Now Jin was the one on driving seat. Apart from that hassle, Jenny and Jimin was on another car thinking deeply about the situation. Jimin mutters. So he was aware that something is going to happen. Jenny looks at him in confusion and says, "What do you mean by that?" When he left Kim's mansion, he pleaded to me believe him and support him, as he was already conscious about the whole situation that something is going to happen that will surely cause a misunderstanding and separation between him and Yoon. Jimin shared his thoughts. You think that too? Jenny looks at Jimin and continues. Jungkook is really close to us, like really like a family member, nothing less. And we can tell by his eyes when he is lying or telling the truth. His eyes never lies. And today I'm sure enough to believe him that he wasn't wrong. Jimin nodded. Suddenly his phone rings. He put on speaker and person on the call says, "Sir, the person you asked to be tracked down has been traced, and I'm sending you the complete file related to that person." Jimin just hummed in response and cut the call. Jimin pulled over the car and opened the PDF file sent by his secretary after he texted him about Sana. He reads out loud so that Jenny can hear it too. Minatozaki Sana. She is Japanese. And he trudged along that and not the ordinary Japanese. She is basically related to the royal blood. This information made Jenny stunned at her place. Min continues, she belongs to a really wealthy family, single child, and lived her life like an actual princess. He takes a pause and again starts. She left her house because she fell for a Korean boy and her family wasn't ready to accept him. She protested and again they denied to accept him. So she left with him and came to Korea. And she got pregnant before marrying him. Jenny put her hand on her mouth, tries to digest what Jimin just told her. She said, means someone else is behind this whole plan. He completed her sentence. Then he starts the car and drives towards the house. Jimin and Jenny arrives at Park's villa. They were just entering from the main door when Jimin's phone rings again. Secretary again sent him something. He stops at his place and everyone looks at him. Jenny was right beside him. He says something in her ears, inaudible to everyone, and left the house and drive away. No one understood what just happened. Jenny sees Namjoon circling back and forth. Jimin comfortably sitting on a sofa chair, and Yoon, who was still in the situation where she can cry at any moment, sitting between Taeyang and Lisa, who are ready to console her if she starts crying again. When she reaches near them, Jin asks her, "You both were together? What he said to you just now before going outside? Where he went? Answer me. Hey, why are you not answering your big brother?" Jenny got irritated by his questions. She answers, "Yes, we were together, and whatever after that I forgot, so don't ask again. What he said to you or what I asked?" "Both!" She growled and glared at Jen. He knew that now is not the time to tease his younger sister again if he wanted to live a peaceful life, so he dropped the thought of teasing her again. On the contrary, Lisa, who was listening the conversation of those siblings, frowned her eyebrow after knowing that Jimin and Jenny were together in other car, alone. She felt something in her heart, maybe jealousy. Meanwhile, you got up and went to your room, but Lisa didn't pay attention to it and was still in her thoughts. Lisa in thoughts. I didn't notice why they were in the same car. Are they. Her thoughts were interrupted by Taeyang's voice, but her heart sinks when she hears what he asked from Jenny. Luna, are you both dating? Jenny was unable to take any shit now, so she left while cursing both of her brothers. Oh, you freaking idiots! Jin and Taeyong high-five each other and laugh out loud. Taeyong to Jin. You think they're dating? Jin. Jenny and Jimin. What do you say? Jin cross-questioned him. Taeyong. I think. Before Taeyong could finish his sentence, Lisa get up and says, How can this be possible? They have just met. That's insane. And Jimin and Jenny together? Impossible. She whispered the last part and she ran towards her room. Jin. Now what happened to her? Things start singing. I would never fall in love again until I found him. I said I would never fall unless it's you I fall into. Jin. What? Taeyong. No, nothing. Nothing at all. And grabs Namjoon's arm, who was still circling in the drawing room, take him out of the house while Jin screamed from behind. Hey! Wait for me, you idiots! I'm the oldest. You don't have any respect for your elders? Taeyong says while mocking him. Yeah, we are walking slowly. Ajushi, take your steps carefully. Don't try to trip. Jin. You! He screams from top of his lungs. Soon as they exit the Park Villa, someone enters through the main gate and reach in Yoon's room through the window, keeping in mind that no one is watching him. Who is that person? And where did Jimin go? To know more, watch the next video. Till then, to be continued.